Today, we will listen to 4 events that people have encountered and experienced in different countries and at different times. The one thing they have in common is that all these events occurred in various churches around the globe. If you have encountered anything supernatural, please share it in the comment section below. Also, remember to like and subscribe for more content like this. Hamburg, Germany. My name is Walter, and this tale begins with a chilling adventure that my friends Ella, Gunter, and I embarked upon one winter night in the heart of Hamburg. Michael's church, with its grand spire piercing the sky, had always intrigued us and fueled by rumors of strange occurrences within its hallowed halls. We decided to explore its mysteries. The air was frigid as we approached the church, the cobbled streets echoing with the distant sound of our footsteps. The towering structure loomed before us, its ancient stones whispering secrets of centuries past. Hesitation clung to the air as we entered, the heavy wooden doors creaking open, revealing the grandeur within. The vast interior of St. Michael's greeted us with a somber silence, broken only by the echoing steps of our cautious exploration. We wandered through dimly lit corridors, adorned with faded paintings and dusty pews, each step echoing through the cavernous space. The atmosphere was thick with history, and the soft glow of candlelight created dancing shadows that seemed to breathe with life. As we ascended the narrow staircase leading to the Whispering Gallery, a strange scent wafted through the air. A mixture of ancient wood, dampness, and a subtle sweetness that made the hairs on our necks stand on end. The air seemed to pulse with an energy we couldn't quite comprehend. Upon reaching the gallery, a faint sound, like an old drum beating in the distance, reached our ears. The rhythmic cadence heightened our anticipation, each beat echoing through the stone walls. It felt as though the very foundations of the church were alive with unseen forces. Then, as if summoned by an otherworldly conductor, the whispers began. At first, they were barely audible, like the soft rustling of leaves in the wind. The temperature dropped, and our breath became visible in the chilled air. The whispers grew louder, a symphony of voices in a language unknown to our ears. It was as if the very stones were recounting tales of bygone eras, secrets buried deep within the church's history. Fear gripped us, and we exchanged wide-eyed glances. Ella clutched her jacket tightly, and Gunter took a step back, his eyes fixed on the source of the haunting symphony. I, too, felt an inexplicable weight on my chest, a sense of foreboding that made my heart race. With each passing moment, the whispers intensified, enveloping us in a surreal symphony of the supernatural. We descended the staircase in haste, the echoes of the drum and whispers following us like ghostly companions. St. Michael's Church, a sanctuary of history and mystique, held secrets that surpassed the boundaries of the mortal realm. As we stepped out into the crisp night air, the distant echoes of the whispers lingered, a haunting reminder of the enigma we had encountered within those ancient walls. Haarlem, Netherlands. My name is Eva, and this unsettling tale begins in a small town where I worked as a musician employed by the local church. One late night, I found myself engrossed in a solo rehearsal for an upcoming wedding. The church, cloaked in darkness, took on an eerie stillness as I played, my fingers dancing across the keys of the piano. As the night wore on, strange things began to unfold. First, the electricity in the church flickered sporadically, casting unsettling shadows that danced along the ancient walls. Undeterred, I continued my rehearsal, relying on the dim glow of a few candles to illuminate the sheet music before me. Soon after, the water supply within the church seemed to wither away, leaving me to practice without the comforting flow of liquid. The oddity of the situation brushed against the edges of my consciousness, but my dedication to the rehearsal kept me focused on the keys beneath my fingertips. As I played through the haunting melody, a sense of unease lingered in the air. When I reached the second verse, a sudden and unexplained force caused the piano lid to slam shut. Startled, I jumped back from the instrument, my heart racing as I tried to make sense of the inexplicable event. Despite the growing unease, I gathered my courage and decided to start the song anew. As I played through the familiar notes, the atmosphere in the church remained charged with an otherworldly energy. However, when I reached the second verse once again, a profound shift occurred. The temperature within the church plummeted. An icy chill gripped the air. I could see my breath materializing before me as an overwhelming headache set in from nowhere. Disoriented and frightened, I ran to the door, desperate for the warmth of the summer night. Before I fled the church due to the throbbing headache, I thought I glimpsed a dark figurine, almost 4 meters tall, within the dimly lit space. However, the pain made it difficult to discern the details. It appeared more like a shadow than a solid form. The headache had come on suddenly and intensely, making it nearly impossible to see clearly. I left my glasses on the piano, adding to the visual distortion. There was not only a shift in temperature, but a palpable change in the atmosphere. An unseen weight hung in the air, and an indescribable tension surrounded me. The darkness within the church seemed to take on a life of its own, casting strange shadows that danced across the ancient walls. As I burst out into the night air, gasping for breath, I felt an immediate relief from the overwhelming headache. The stark contrast between the frigid church and the balmy summer night was staggering. It was as if the very atmosphere within the sacred space had shifted, and the oppressive tension had dissipated. Standing in the churchyard, I tried to shake off the lingering unease that clung to me like a shadow. The night seemed unusually silent, and the stars above stared down as if holding a secret. Never again will I play that song, and never again will I be a doubter that there is a power far beyond our imagination. Paris, France. Beneath the towering spires of the Notre-Dame Cathedral, a tale of mystery and the supernatural quietly unfurled, weaving its enigmatic threads through the sacred stones of one of Paris's most iconic landmarks. It all began when a devoted parishioner, Madame Isabelle Leclerc, knelt in prayer before a serene statue of the Virgin Mary tucked away in a quiet alcove. The flickering candlelight played upon the features of the statue, casting shadows that seemed to dance in tandem with the devout whispers of those who sought solace within Notre Dame's ancient embrace. One fateful evening, as Madame Leclerc bowed her head in silent prayer, she noticed something peculiar. A single glistening droplet traced a path down the statue's cheek, catching the dim light and reflecting a deep crimson hue. Bewildered, she reached out to touch the moisture, and to her astonishment, her fingers came away stained with what appeared to be tears of blood. News of this divine anomaly quickly spread, drawing pilgrims and the curious alike to witness the purported miracle. The once quiet alcove soon became a focal point of fervent worship and contemplation. The faithful saw the weeping statue as a symbol of divine intervention, while skeptics questioned the authenticity of the phenomenon. As the stream of visitors swelled, so too did the supernatural occurrences that accompanied the weeping statue. Soft sobs, delicate and sorrowful, echoed through the cavernous halls, leaving those who heard them with a sense of both wonder and trepidation. Some claimed to have glimpsed shadowy figures, their forms kneeling in prayer beside the statue, their whispered invocations blending with the ethereal sobs that permeated the sacred space. The church authorities, faced with the inexplicable, wrestled with the decision to either embrace or dispel the mystique surrounding the weeping statue. Unable to provide a rational explanation for the tears of blood or the spectral presence, they reluctantly closed off the area, shrouding the enigma within the silent chambers of Notre. Over time, the legend of the weeping statue endured, passed down through generations like a whispered secret. Notre-Dame Cathedral, with its ancient stones bearing witness to the mysteries of time, stood as a silent guardian of the inexplicable. The weeping statue, hidden behind closed doors, became an enduring symbol of the delicate dance between faith and the supernatural, leaving both pilgrims and skeptics to ponder the boundaries of the divine within the hallowed halls of Notre-Dame. New Orleans, America. Nestled within the enchanting labyrinth of the French Quarter, St. Louis Cathedral looms over the lively streets of New Orleans. Its ancient spires pierce the sky, standing as a silent witness to centuries of history. However, the cathedral harbors a spectral secret that only reveals itself under the cover of night. One stormy evening, as the tempest lashed against the city, a custodian named Gabriel found himself working late within the hallowed halls of St. Louis Cathedral. The echoing thunder and the rhythmic drumming of rain on the stained glass windows created an eerie symphony that underscored the mystique of the night. As Gabriel went about his duties, a haunting melody began to weave through the air. Ethereal voices singing hymns in perfect harmony echoed through the cavernous space. Bewildered, he followed the spectral sound, winding his way through dimly lit corridors and echoing chambers. The source of the ghostly choir led Gabriel to the main nave. To his astonishment, the grand hall lay empty, illuminated only by the flickering candlelight that cast long, dancing shadows across the cold stone floor. The voices, however, persisted, their celestial harmony resonating as if from the very soul of the cathedral. Intrigued and unnerved, Gabriel ventured deeper into the sacred space. The phantom choir seemed to be a congregation of spectral voices, intoning ancient hymns that spoke of faith and redemption. The air hummed with an energy that transcended the mortal realm, and Gabriel felt as if he stood on the threshold between the spiritual and earthly domains. The haunting serenade continued to echo through the cathedral, a spectral chorus that defied the constraints of time and space. It was during thunderstorms that the voices crescendoed, their ethereal song intertwining with the thunderous roars of nature. On the anniversary of historical events, the phantom choir would emerge, a spectral reminder of the cathedral's intertwined fate with the city's rich past. The locals, steeped in the mysticism of New Orleans, began to weave legends around the ghostly voices. Some believed it to be the echoes of long-lost parishioners, their souls forever trapped within the sacred confines of St. Louis Cathedral. Others spoke of a celestial choir, called forth by the spirits to offer solace to the living during moments of tumultuous weather or historical significance. Over time, the phantom choir became an integral part of the cathedral's lore, a mysterious and captivating presence that added to the allure of the French Quarter. St. Louis Cathedral, with its centuries-old stones, stood as a keeper of secrets, its grandeur echoing not only with the footsteps of the living, but also with the haunting melodies of an otherworldly choir that bridged the gap between the tangible and the supernatural.